Hi and welcome, it's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've not been, well, I'm sorry I didn't do a live last night. I was pretty much in bed. I haven't been very well and I'm still on the mend. But thank you to everybody who's been messaging me and sending love and thoughts and prayers and things. I'm well enough to sit here and do this, so I'm going to just go through some cards that I've been making off and on in and out of my craft room. Whenever I felt up to it, I've been popping in here and doing a little bit more. So I wanted to show these to you because I'm so happy how they turned out, and also to remind you that it's the last day, last few hours of celebration. So in about 2 hours time you will not be able to purchase these papers that I'm about to show off to you. If you're watching this after the 31st of March and you've missed the boat, then I'm also going to show you an option of what you can do if you have these papers. Okay, so these are the, what they call, the something florals. I know what, I'll get them up on my phone and figure out the actual name of them. Hello everybody who's watching on the live, and if you're watching on the replay as well, thank you for thank you also all the new subscribers. It's really great to have you on board. And woohoo, Artful Stampin Space now has 300 members. Yay! I didn't realise how exciting and fun having that group would be, and how wonderful it is to see you guys stamping away and, you know, discovering a new technique and new way of using your stamps. That has just been an absolute joy for me to watch and see how a lot of you are developing and you know, just really enjoying it. Okay, so just really briefly, last day of celebration, and let me just go over some of the products that are still available. So flowering foils, designer series paper, from which these have come from, those are still available, plus various other papers and stamp sets and extra things that Stampin' Up have actually added to the list. That's for the £45 spend. Then with a £90 spend, you can get the awesome butterfly duet punch, which punched out these really cute butterflies, plus there's a larger one. So if you don't have that punch, then it's worth getting that if you're spending £90. Right, so let me get on and show you these cards and quickly show you how to, you know, create this technique even if you haven't got the flowering foils papers. There are other things that you can do with it. Incidentally, just to quickly show you, these are some of the other patterns that are available. So there's this one here, this, and this flower one, which I've just chopped up. So I'm sorry, it's kind of, that's pretty much what I've got left of a 6x12 sheet of that paper. Right, so let me show you what I've done. I coloured in. I started off with wanting a very dark background because I've seen a few people doing this. Jennifer Maguire recently, plus plenty of other YouTubers. Jay from Mitosu Crafts as well. He's been doing some gorgeous cards on dark grey backgrounds, and there's been lots of people doing it, and I just thought they were just so gorgeous. So the trick is that when you colour in your florals, rather than having to fussy cut all the way around these tiny little stems and elements and things, you can just colour in the background. So I've coloured it in with the black Stampin' Blends, and then so from a distance you can barely tell that actually it hasn't been cut out. So that's the whole benefit of it. I've also loved experimenting with black on black. So I don't know if you can see the detail there, that it's been embossed, the wood grain embossing folder. Then I've cut out some leaves, and I may have even cut it out of the bit underneath here. I might have. I know I didn't do it with all of them, but you can do that. You know, you've got this spare portion underneath that you can cut out pieces. Then these are the black sequins from the sequins that are available in the Painted Poppies suite. And then I coloured in black diamantes the crystals with a black stampin' blend, and I've added that to some of the centres of my sequins. So when you're looking at this up close, the detail is just really lovely, and yeah, I really enjoyed making that, and it was just such a spectacular kind of impression. Also, underneath here, instead of putting dimensionals, I cut... Oh no, hold on. What am I doing? No, under this layer is dimensionals, but under this layer here, I've double mounted. Underneath there is a piece of cardboard instead of dimensionals, just to save myself some dimensionals. So I don't know if you're like me, I end up keeping loads of packaging and reusing it for things like this. Okay, so I'll quickly run through these other ones. So that's with the wood grain embossing folder. This one's with the basket weave one. And then I cut out some leaves from this portion underneath that's here that you can't see. And it's quite nice because it's got the leaves then have got a texture. So yeah, and then I've added some pink diamantes to around there. Then this one I embossed with the Subtles embossing folder. So I don't know if it is actually showing up on the camera, but it's a really beautiful, very subtle, as the title, Subtles embossing folder. And it almost makes the paper look like it's linen. You know, it's so lovely. And I went for a yellow and green kind of effect with sort of beigey leaves. And again, you can see I've coloured in the black there so that I haven't had to fussy cut all those tiny pieces out. And then I used some silver thread in the background and then some green diamantes or the embellishments there. Okay, I have to say I love that colour scheme. Then here is one with more turquoises, and so I've used sort of Coastal Cabana and Peacock. And do you remember this freebie from Celebration? I just made a little tassel out of the braid there and then looped some there. So there's some, yeah, that's just that one with the butterflies, and then again some diamantes there. Right, let me say a quick hello to everybody. Hi, yeah, I'm feeling a bit better, Gina. I went to bed, well, I was in bed from sort of yesterday afternoon. Then I slept till this morning, and then up and had a drink, had some paracetamol. First time I've actually taken paracetamol because I haven't actually felt like I needed to take any. I've just felt like my back, where the base of my lungs are, is really like weird and sensitive, and yeah, really just odd. I've never experienced anything like it, so I don't know if it is you know what, but it's just the weirdest bug, and just feeling exhausted, really tired. So then I slept again till about 1 o'clock, then got up, and so I've been up since then, and I've managed just to do a bit of pottering around the house and cooking and things, and yeah, I'm sort of feeling a bit better, but I'm no way mended, but I'm well enough to sit here and talk to you, so I thought I'd come on. So thank you everybody who's been concerned about me. Yeah, for some reason our whole family have had this weird bug, so yeah. Anyway, hi everybody. Oh, I can't go through names, my brain's, yeah, I can't. Anyway, hello everybody, you're all appreciated muchly. Okay, so then I thought, wouldn't it be fun, instead of a black background, what about pink? Lovely lipstick. So instead of going in between with the black, I just went in with the lovely lipstick blend, which is new to me, and I thought I'd use it. And then again done some embossing on there, and then cut out some pink leaves, and that's from the Frosted Bouquet framelets, that lovely leafy thing. And then obviously put some silver thread as well, just for some extra dimension. And then this one, I took a piece of that same set of papers, and to get the colour onto there, I just got my ink pad, opened it up, and then just swiped the ink over this to create a pink background. and because it's a foil, I know it's reflecting a bit not so well, but it's turned out quite well. And then for the flowers, I did greys, and so I used smoky slate, and was it smoky slate or the base, whatever the grey is. So I've got it here. The light basic black I used, and what's this one? Yes, so dark smoky slate and light smoky slate I used for the flowers. I thought wouldn't it be nice to do a monochrome, you know, black and white flower on a bright background. So it's just something a bit different. Anyway, I really enjoyed making those. I didn't make them all in one go. I've been in and out of my craft room, you know, doing a bit of colouring and a bit of cutting and whatever. So I thought it'd be fun to make one with Beautiful Promenade, because as I said, from in a few hours time in the UK, these are not going to be available, and you guys in Europe as well, those are not going to be available. So what about doing our own? So I've got a piece of petal pink cardstock here, and I've already pre-embossed a black piece of paper. So I'm thinking, what about stamping in, I don't want something too dark, but something like basic, do I want basic grey? Oh, I'll do basic grey, just see what happens. I've not done this before. It sounds like pleurosil, says Laurie. Possibly, but I've had like a weak bit of a cough. Oh, I don't know about this. I don't like that. Hold on. I've got to think, guys. Hold on, bear with. Like, I did cough up a tiny little bit of phlegm this afternoon, but nothing like major. I don't know. What is pleurisy? Is that a... Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up. I'm feeling a bit better, thank you, Janice. I'm really not 100% there at all yet, but I'm well enough to come on and do something. I don't know. I'll pop a couple there and there. Actually, I quite like it in just that peach. I don't know if I need to put much more on there. I might just get a little bit of colour. Yeah, it's not. It has been sore, but oops. I'm just trying to read what you're saying. Yeah, I'll look it up. I mean, my husband seems to think it could be CV, but like I haven't had a temperature, a high temperature. I've got a little bit of a muscle ache. But yeah, it just feels like I've got really bruised back ribs. And like I coped all right without paracetamol. Maybe I've just got a high pain threshold, I don't know. But I didn't want to take any, mind you, I wasn't sure how many paracetamol we had left in the house, to be honest, so I didn't want to take it for... But this morning when I woke up, I was like, oh my word, I need to take some now. So I did, and then went back to bed, and I slept really well. And I've got a little bit of shortness of breath. But yeah, as long as I'm not being too... I'm definitely not doing any Joe Wicks at the moment. For those of you who don't know who Joe Wicks is, he's this guy who's doing this PE on the telly, on YouTube. I've stayed clear of him for this last week. Oh dear. It's a pain in the shoulder blade area. No, it doesn't hurt when I take deep breaths. No. Yeah, no, I'm not convinced it's that. Oh, look, I need to get a new one of these. I'm putting an order in tonight, guys. I'm just I'm about 80 CSV away from hitting 3000 CSV for my celebration period. Sorry, for those of you who are not demonstrators, you won't have a clue what that means. But it's a certain sales target that if I get there, I get something extra later in the year from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to be putting my last order of celebration in. So thank you everybody that's placed orders this month. I'll be ordering a stamp set that I'll be playing with for the first time for some of you guys for a special video. I don't know what I'm doing here, I'm just making this up as I go along. So sometimes it's quite fun to colour in on coloured cardstock with the blends, because you do get obviously a whole different effect. Oh, who watched Dina's cards yesterday? Weren't they fun? I love that little one that she did with the tie and the jacket. And thank you everybody that has told me that Susan Lavassa gave me the heads up the other day. She's such a sweetheart. We're both mutual fans of each other. We love each other's work. So I've given her shout outs in the past, and then she gave me a shout out on her last video, which was lovely. So I know some of you got in contact with me and said, look, you got a mention. Okay. Right, so then around the edge of anywhere that's quite a fiddle to cut out, you can go in with your black. Ooh, that's a bit thick. Ooh. Oh dear. I didn't realise how much it was going to run then, but anyway. Oh well. Never mind. So on normal cardstock, the blends tend to bleed a little bit more than on the Whisper White. But I think when you know that, you just have to do your strokes just a little bit further away from the edge of where you want them. Okay. Can you guys see that? Sorry. There we go. Now the nifty trick of doing this means that you don't have to be so accurate when you're cutting out. And when you don't feel very well, that's really great. When you don't want to have to be too precise. So I'm going to go round all the edge of this with the black. Sorry guys, I can't concentrate on looking at your comments while I'm doing this right now. So any floral stamp that you have that is kind of an open design like this, I was thinking that the flower from Floral Essence would be nice to do this with as well. Or you could combine different floral stamps. You don't have to just use from the same stamp set to create this effect. Yes, Martina, thank you. I got your order. Yeah. Yeah, Dina Rico. Yeah, it feels like bronchitis, weirdly, but I've got none of the like associated. I don't know. I'd expect to have more phlegm, but it was a bit of a dry cough that it started with. So I think I'm just going to have to. Obviously, if my symptoms get worse and I can't breathe, I'll call an ambulance, obviously. So don't worry. But in the UK, we're encouraged not to call NHS at the moment because there's such a high amount of people needing the health service, and unless you're critical, you're not really meant to call. So until they create the test to see whether or not you've had it or not, and they make it widely available to the public, I'm not going to worry too much about it. You know, I'm here. I'm healthy. You know, I feel like I'm on the mend. So, but as I said, if my symptoms get worse, then don't panic. I will be good. I will contact somebody. See how much easier that is to cut out. You don't have to really think about it then. You see, even this section here, I could have coloured this all in black to have to save me fussy cutting. But it means that you're not having to worry about tiny areas. Exactly, Gina. Yeah. That's it, and that's why I'm not being too dramatic about it all. See how that really shows up? Isn't that fun? I mean, we're quarantining ourselves as a family anyway, because I wouldn't wish this bug on anybody. And somebody who has underlying health conditions, I'm sure the bug that whatever we're going through wouldn't be nice. So we're staying out of people's way at the moment. We've got friends that have done some shopping for us, and how cute is that? Ooh, let's bring you out a bit. There we go. Right, I need to get this done before Esther. Oh, we've got 6 more minutes. Esther's going to go live. Okay, so to do your finishing touches, I just use some of the lovely metallic thread. And for the sake of time, I'm just going to stick these down and use some dimensionals on these. Oh, thanks, Kim. Okay, and obviously remember, if you've embossed your paper, you need to be generous with the glue because of the texture on it. A good press. Oh, and then the other thing you need to remember to do also is perhaps to go around just the edge a little bit in the black, just to make sure it doesn't have the colour of the card showing through. There we go. So, how do I do it that way, didn't it? Let me get some dimensionals. Oh, where are they gone? Oh, here they are. Oh, fun! Yes, I've been seeing your pictures, Janice. So have you been painting, or what have you done? This is a great way to use up the backs of your, or the sides of your dimensionals. I'm just trying to straighten up this thread, because when it comes off the reel it wants to do its own thing. So I just like loop-de-doop it around on the page. Ooh, see, wants to do it just wants to flip and flop and do its own thing. Anyway. Oh. Or you can just do this. Scrunch it up. Right, and then take all your bits off the back. Just flip that in there. Come on, in you go. I've got an edge bit sticking out. There we go. So you just use that section to hold everything in place. I mean, the flowers. See you in a minute, Esther. Okay, so there's that, and then if you want to decorate it with a few bits of blingy bling. Now, apparently, I think these are sold out, these champagne rhinestones. So if you've got some, well done. But I think they are Stampin' Up! Are not able to get any more of these. Or they're finding it hard to get stocks. I think because of the coronavirus issues in China and various shipping issues. There are going to be some things that aren't available. But hey ho, there are worse things than not having rhinestones available. I'm sure we will survive. There we go. Right, so I just wanted to quickly show you sort of the basic technique around that type of card, and hope you have fun making your own. So grab your floral stamps, you know, stamp away, colour them in, put a black background. You don't necessarily have to do it with the Stampin' Blends. You can do it with, you know, your Stampin' Right markers, whatever markers, pencils, whatever you've got. And if you've, you know, black Sharpie even, or black pen, just to colour in, as long as obviously you're colouring it in to match your background. But I really love the contrast of the black, and dark grey is gorgeous, and Night of Navy. Oh, I'll let Janice do that one. That's Janice's favourite colour. Maybe Janice can do a Night of Navy background. And oh, and then the other thing I wanted to say was, for those of you who are taking part in the Artful Stampin' Stamp and Send, I haven't sent mine out yet. I'm just waiting for myself to be a bit better, because I don't want to be sending bugs through the post. I was going to send them, and I thought, oh, hold on, if this is, you know what, I don't really want to be sending, yeah, envelopes and things. So I'm probably going to leave it another few days before I send mine out. Anyway, lots of love to you all. Lovely to see you. Thank you for checking in on me. And do head over to watch Esther on Facebook. She's going to be doing her live now. So, yeah. Thank you. I'll try and read some of your comments. I need to go back to bed. Yeah, I'm just going to be chilling out on the sofa, and I've been knitting socks. I'll show you pictures of my socks later. I learned that from you, to bunch up the thread and pin it down. Yes. Yeah, just shove it on. Yeah, use your dimensionals to do it. Sometimes if you put dimensionals first, you can kind of, if you want to be very specific, like I think I did it with this one, I put dimensionals down first, and then I looped the thread onto the dimensionals because I wanted these sort of very specific hoops. So yeah, let's just see if there's any other questions. Yeah, I can't get tested, Cheryl. No, I haven't really had a fever. No, maybe very mild. I haven't even taken my own temperature. So, oh, Gina, you've got chronic illness as well. Yeah, quite a few you guys have. Yeah. So, yeah, love to all you guys too. Please look after yourselves and stay safe. Yeah. Take care now. Lots of love to you, everybody. Indeed, Gina. Yeah, me too. Got so much to be thankful for. So much. I'm just grateful I'm, able to have the time to, chill out and get better. And I've got a lovely husband who's on the mend, and so he's been cooking lunches and things like that. And the kids are great, they're getting on with stuff themselves as well. So yes, I'm going to sit back and relax and watch Esther now. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Bye.